The B-side in boxing.
B-side shit.
B-side.
B-side.
And the B-side.
You got a B-side.
The B-side.
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 That B-side thing.
This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
Ready to rock.
Yes.
Ready to roll. All right.
Rock and roll, motherfucker. Rock and roll, motherfucker. Rock and roll.
Boxing B-sides. We're rocking and fucking rolling here. That's what we're doing. That energy is just fantastic. Boxing B-sides up in your ears once again. Did the Kambosos fight just happen? Yes. Are we talking about it now? No. Make peace with it. We've got other stuff to cover. Joined by the one and only Alex. And
What's up, guys?
we still have more Shinada for your
I'm
fucking brains.
still here. You're stuck with me on both podcasts for one more week.
More toilet skibbiting. Did I make that a verb properly? I think so. So, before we start, I want to extend the olive branch to the ultimate effing casuals, our compatriots that cover MMA. We recently had, on the 7th, UFC 316. I'm only going to point out two of them. Juliana Pena got her ass beat by Kayla Harrison. If you saw Kayla Harrison, you would think she's like... I'm curious where all the transvestigators are at.
What the?
Because they'll see some chick on social media and start like pointing out her fucking eyebrows are further from her jaw than whatever stupid shit. But then they see like a woman like Kayla Harrison who's a fucking muscle monster. And it's fucking crickets.
Well, and it's especially crazy because who's the rugby lady?
Yes, I know
Mayor?
who you're talking about.
They go after her so hard.
And the boxing chick from Algeria?
Yeah.
Monty?
And
I think
yeah,
that's her
that
name.
one. Yeah. And then, yeah, I have also never heard anybody talk about Kayla Harrison,
Not a word.
which is crazy.
But congrats to her. She beat the shit out of Pena, like for as little as it lasted. Nearly snapped her arm in two. Pena
Gross.
tapped out. Fortunately, she didn't. Her pride didn't get in the way, because that was not going to go well if it had continued. In the main event, Merab Dvalishvili submits Sean O'Malley in their rematch. Both of these are for the bantamweight titles, by the way. Bantamweight in MMA is 135. So for whatever, however that helps you convert. Sean O'Malley looked like shit. He looked worse than he did the first time.
That's what happens when you get off the drugs that you're usually on, apparently.
Yeah, you stop taking drugs, stop jerking off, you eat better, and you focus on your training.
Is Sean O'Malley the one from Montana?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. That explains it.
He
I don't
reps
bummy.
my city now.
Oh, does he?
Pathetic. Nah, it's fine. He's A for effort. O'Malley.
How's aging happen in UFC? Is he getting old? He's in his 30s, isn't he?
Yes, but I don't think he has that much mileage on him. So he's still pretty fresh.
Okay.
And his style isn't necessarily one that relies on youth. The freak
Fair enough.
in this equation is Merab, because the guy is like he's an engine, and it's pedal to the floor, and the fucking gas tank does not run out. That guy's a freak.
That was an interesting fight. I'll tell you that right now. They really tried to push Sean O'Malley in the UFC, and that failed miserably.
Yeah, they did.
Poor Isaac. I don't know what Isaac said about it, but
We'll have his take coming up soon.
I want to hear it.
Well, actually, by the time this comes out, it'll have been the day. It'll be yesterday. Well, I'm trying to think of Boxing Before Dark. It's on Mondays. Casuals is on Tuesday, and B-Sides is on Wednesday. So there you go.
I'll watch that when it comes out.
Moving on, let's get into the recaps here. A few, some good ones. Friday, June 6th, really quickly, Salida Promotions on DAZN. This was a Boxing Hall of Fame night, and this was the stuff that they put on for it. Kind of sucks, but Brandon Moore gets the technical decision over Stanley Wright. Stanley Wright was on Pro Box one time, and he exceeded expectations, even though the expectations were pretty low. Nonetheless, that got him a ticket here.
And it did not go very well.
It did not go well for him at all. He looked like he was in worse shape this time than he was with a camp, than he was on short notice on Pro Box. I don't
Pro Box
know.
good, by the way.
Huh? Pro Box good?
Pro Box good. Pro Box good.
Moving...
Even the Pro Box buff couldn't help him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did not. Moving to Queensberry, also on DAZN. This was on June 7th, Saturday. Fabio Wardley knocks out Justice Hooney. I haven't heard it yet, haven't heard it back, but I expect Lynn will have given me a lot of shit for this. Despite the fact that Justice Hooney was winning every second of that fight until the one punch.
He was winning until he lost.
She shows Justice Hooney, right?
No, she was with
She
Fabio
did
Wardley.
not.
Oh,
Brits.
damn.
She's Brits
Oh,
only.
damn. Well, with grits for us, not for the Brits. I'll tell you that. That was a good knockout. That was a funny knockout.
It was
actually.
a cool knockout.
Justice Hooney was beating him up the whole fight.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Even that round, I was like, man, can't get knocked out. And boom! Knockout. Justice Hooney.
I do think Hooney's chin is a little suspect.
This isn't his first time getting rocked.
No, but I mean, Fabio Wardley does just have good power. But I don't think that particular punch would have knocked out very many of the heavyweights. Like, sometimes you see a punch and you're like, fucking anybody's gonna go down with that. But this didn't seem that bad to me.
Well, I think it was mainly because Justice Hooney was actually stepping into it.
That too.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a big reason why he got knocked out. In my opinion.
I know. I agree with you. I think you're right.
I fucking loved it, though. I told Raz in the Discord, I was like, Wardley's gonna be losing until he wins. And I think it was about round 8. He was like, you still feel that way? And I was like, yes.
Hey, let me see Wardley versus fucking Parker, actually.
Parker beats Wardley.
I think so too.
That would be fun, though.
It would
Be
be.
a funny fight. I actually do want to see
Parker's
that.
old. I want Parker to get his, like, big shots and then disappear.
I don't really want to see Parker against Usyk, honestly. I don't like that fight.
I want to see that one.
I do too. It's not going to be like this.
No.
Hell no. So where does Bobby Wardley rank amongst heavyweights now?
That's a good
I don't-
question.
think this
What punch
changes
did I make?
anything for me.
I think his stock lowers and raises at the same time, dude.
How's that?
Like, I mean, I think he gets more popular, a little more well-known because of it. But at the same time, is his boxing ability, like, it also show like that's not that good of a fighter. I mean,
That's
'Cause that
true.
was- that
He's
was-
not that good of a fighter.
that was kind of a highlight reel KO, in my opinion. I think that was a really good knockout, actually. It was funny.
It
I don't know.
is. Yeah.
It does add to his aura A bunch of
Yeah.
people have been comparing him to Deontay Wilder all of a sudden.
Are you
I don't.
fucking kidding me? What?
That was my response too. But I've seen a couple people say we have a new Wilder. And I'm like,
Out
we
of
do
your
not.
mind.
Wildly.
Wildly.
They are
I-
wildly out of their minds.
She just stepped up. He's infected by Leo now.
I've always been infected.
The jokes, man, they're too good.
The joke.
So Justice Hooney is stopped in the 10th. Fraser Clark in the first, okay. Wilder-esque. Adelaide 7th. Michael Coffey in the 4th. Like
There's some other kind of similarities. Like Wardley started late. He didn't have much of an amateur career. Like all that stuff as well.
okay,
Jeez.
because he is 30, and like I was just starting to hear of him, like at the Michael Coffey fight.
Rolly Romero didn't start till his what, 20s? Is that like 19 or 20?
That's when Wilder started.
Yeah. And Wilder went to the Olympics, right?
He timed it.
Yeah, Wilder did go to the Olympics.
Freakish
there-
power can take you to the Olympics.
There you go.
Fabio Wardley
Uh,
to the Olympics confirmed.
I'll be watching.
My math isn't mathing. Wardley is 30, and he debuted in 2017, which was
18 years ago? No, 8 years ago. Sorry.
18, that's crazy.
Yeah, what the fuck? 8 years ago.
so he debuted at 22. He turned pro at 22, and he's had mostly knockouts.
18 of 19. The only.
Yeah,
Who did he
who went the distance?
Yeah.
Split decision was Fraser Clark in the first one.
No, that's a split draw. His first fight
Oh.
was a referee points decision. That was it.
Oh, yeah, a 4-round fight. That's hard to get a knockout.
And in your
I can
debut.
kind of see the comparisons, but like also no. Just no. Stop it.
Well, I don't know why people are making comparisons, but stop it. Yeah, I agree with her. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop that shit.
Stop it. That's just ridiculous. Man, anything more for Fabio Wardley?
Let's
No,
go for
I
it.
don't know who he fights next. Is there some British guy he can fight? I'm sure Lynn will tell us all about it on the other podcast.
Yeah. We can leave
We'll
that
leave-
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Top
Check
rank.
out Boxing Before Dark for further Brit slop news.
Yay. Plugs. Top rank at the Scope Arena in Norfolk, Virginia. Oof.
This
can we
is gonna
talk
take
about it
some
first?
time.
I know.
This
Yeah.
is it's
Let me
Oh
get
my
some
God.
stuff out of the way before we talk about the elephant in the room here. Keon Davis, the only Davis brother to get a dub over Michael Velez. He gets the dub, still manages to fucking lose the day, but we'll get to that in a moment. Troy Isley, UD over Atundi William. Alex, you were shitting on Troy Isley pretty much the entire fight.
yeah. That was
It was pretty rough.
it
I'm
was
a
rough,
hoper.
bro.
I'm a hoper for Troy Isley, but that was
It
pretty
was-
difficult to watch.
It was really rough, dude.
I don't think I watched this one.
You better use of your time, whatever it is you were doing. Better use of
Probably
your time.
sleeping.
Yeah. Nahir Albright, former
Ugh.
Keyshawn Davis opponent, gets the majority decision over Kelvin Davis, takes his undefeated record, and he snatches a little WBC trinket. Do we want to do this here, or do we want to give? Want to talk Mason first?
Let's save all of the news out of the ring stuff for after we talk about the fights.
Okay, cool. So that like
Well, to be fair, a lot of it has to do with in the ring too. I mean, even though the near Albright, this shit happened outside, we still have to talk about the fight itself.
Yeah. What happened in the fight that you want to talk about?
It is how much of a blunder it was. I mean, come on. No, it was.
Kelvin
It was
Davis had
horrible.
no adjustments. He had. It was pretty early on that he found out he had no answers to anything that Albright was bringing to him, and then Bomac kind of gave up on coaching pretty early. He's just like, "Come on, you can do it. You got to do your best. Like your whole family's here." You know that type of motivational stuff.
The typical Bomac shit.
He usually gives good tactical advice. Like when he was coaching Troy Isley, he was giving him a lot of really sound technical advice. But with Kelvin Davis, he just wasn't. Didn't seem like he was even trying to.
So was Albright better than they expected, or did Davis just shit the bed that hard?
I think it's more of them underestimating Albright and Davis shitting the bed. Because Albright gave Keyshawn a lot of work, a lot of hard work. So I'm not sure why they thought magically that the least skilled of the Davis brothers was going to be able to handle it. I don't know.
I'm feeling it, bro. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry. I'm getting that. I'm getting that. I'm getting it in. I'm getting it in.
So, yeah, Nahir Albright pulls the majority decision. Not sure who the fuck saw that as a draw. Do we know where Sutherland or Cheatham or Weisfeld were? Do we know where they were?
Let me pull
Nowhere
up
to be found.
the scores here. I can tell you who it was. It was Brian Costello, which also isn't surprising. He only does those East Coast fights, and he's kind of shit.
I didn't recognize the name.
He does this kind of not top tier card a lot. He's on DAZN a lot.
Ah, I see.
And I always just assumed he was paid off by somebody
Seems
because
so.
he has an Italian name. But East Coast Italians, man. But racism aside, his cards are suspect a lot.
Anything more for Nahir Albright? Because it's going to come back up in a moment.
I really want to mention something. We're gonna mention it.
Let's do Abdullah Mason first.
Let's give Abdullah his flowers.
Can I ask Renata something real quick?
Sure.
Sure.
Renata, I know that you have a thing for the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
Were you? And I also know you have a thing against kind of like people that talk shit, and also the like families that
Yep.
talk shit.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Kelvin losing? Not Kelvin. Fucking. I always get mixed up.
Kelvin.
Yeah, Kelvin. How'd you feel about that?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I actually thought all of the K Davises were brothers. I thought there was like 6 of them. I just found out that 3 of them aren't related. But no, to be honest, I was not that invested in this entire card anyways. But no, I was happy. I love the underdogs winning. I also love when dickheads fail. So this was great, especially when they fail at home in front of their home crowd. Perfect.
Do you think that it was well deserved? Before of course the incidents.
I mean, I think Albright clearly won the fight, but I didn't care that much about Kelvin Davis. To be honest, I didn't hate him enough to add to the. You know.
Yeah, it's not the brother who sells Keyshawn.
I don't have that big a hate on for any of them, to be honest. They just aren't that high on my radar. They're kind of like dickheads over here that I hear about a lot, but don't particularly care about. These guys are all in weight classes I don't follow. Sorry, Alex. I know that's not what you wanted. But...
No, it's not. That's exactly what I wanted from you.
All right. Abdullah Mason. Referee technical decision in 5 over Jeremiah Nakatila. Let me get that right. Ass whooping from pillar to post. That would be an offensive masterclass, I would say. Not to say that Nakatila is like this ultimate opponent, but this is what
Abdullah Mason always looks good.
This is what you want the hot prospects to be doing. Is to be clowning on people.
I thought Abdullah Mason looked exactly like you expected him to. I think this was good.
Yeah.
I did feel a little bad for him that his first headlining was because somebody else
shit the bed.
Shit the bed hard. And that place looked pretty empty. That's not what Abdullah Mason's first headliner should have been. There was a bunch of people got their money back because they wanted to see Keyshawn Davis, and he blew weight by 4 fucking pounds. And refused to eat it. Okay. But I do feel bad for Abdullah Mason a little bit. But I am glad that he looked really good in his first headlining.
Abdullah Mason showed up and showed out. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. And he took his time too. He looked good. He looked really good.
Yeah, he didn't rush.
I gotta give all the props to Abdullah Mason. He was amazing out there.
Yeah, I was really happy with. I'm a major Abdullah Mason stan. It's not a secret, but he lived up to what I was hoping, or what I was expecting. And I'm honestly a little bit distracted. Another thing to feel bad about for Abdullah Mason, because he was great. It wasn't his fault that 25% of the people that had tickets got refunds. Fuck.
And nobody's gonna actually talk about his fight.
Yeah, because of all the other
everybody's
nonsense.
Gonna talk about this other bullshit that Alex is going to introduce.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah, Alex, what is it?
I do want to say one more thing about Abdullah Mason. He showed absolute class on the weekend. He was phenomenal.
He was very professional.
I think that's how a boxer should act in the sport, and that's how they should move themselves. Unlike, we're getting into it right now.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
The Davis brothers, specifically Keyshawn. That was, I can't remember a time where the PR for a fighter has been this bad in God knows how long. And this year has been horrible.
He fucked himself so bad this weekend.
I think that this is the worst I've seen, not just for one person, but for multiple. This killed, in my opinion, this really killed a lot of top ranks future earnings for the foreseeable future. Because not only did Keyshawn not be able to make weight, which that itself is ridiculous. I honestly thought he was taking this camp seriously, and it breaks my heart because I've been gassing Keyshawn up for a while, and it breaks my heart to see Keyshawn do that. And I think he did that on purpose just to get an edge over De Los Santos.
I do too. I was gonna bring this up too. I think he miscalculated because right when he blew weight, they told him he had time to change and interviewed him, right? And he could try. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to try. I missed by 4 pounds, but I think De Los Santos will still fight. Those were his exact words.
That is honestly ridiculous.
Missing weight has become a fucking strategy.
Pathetic.
Like, Ryan Garcia did it against Devin Haney and got just close enough that they won't back out, and Keyshawn just miscalculated.
You know what? I want to get into conspiracy later on, but it's just I hope Abdullah never gets involved with Mayweather.
Yeah,
Never.
I know your conspiracy theory. Yeah.
How is it that every time a fighter links up with Mayweather, they end up going through bullshit? And it's funny because it wasn't just Keyshawn. It was all the brothers. And they all met up with Mayweather. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? I think Mayweather has a bad influence on the sport. I get it. He was a phenomenal fighter, but why is it that every up-and-coming fighter he gets with turns to shit? Not turns to shit, but they something happens to him. Or they just have a falling out.
Mayweather's whole thing was getting people to hate watch. Why do you want him to give you advice on how to deal with your fans and shit? His whole thing was getting people to watch him hoping he'd lose. Like, why do you want that? I don't know. I fucking hate Floyd Mayweather. I always have. So
his mentality, the way he runs his gym, the way he promoted himself, the way he promotes, and Alex, you're right. I never really thought about it, but pretty much everybody who was connected with him, they get into trouble, and it's never like good trouble. Like, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what that means in the context of boxing, but
you can get into like reasonable trouble with the law. Like, as much as I fucking hate Tyson Fury, his going on binge drinking and getting publicly intoxicated and stuff is whatever if a boxer does it, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Good trouble. He paid the price for it, but like David Benavidez, he popped for cocaine. Like, come on, dude. There are many worse things that you could be doing with yourself and your time.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
the dude was just partying a little bit. Who the fuck cares? He paid the price for it, so leave him the fuck alone. I'd never really put the Mayweather part together, though. That's mind blown here.
Do you think that it's valid?
Yeah, I do. Like, Adrian Broner was considerably less of a dumbass when he split with Mayweather. Before and after, Tank, I think Floyd has been more hands off with him, and Tank has been much less of an idiot. What do you think? What did he tell them? What do you think he told them that would make them?
Can I say nothing too? And it's not involved the Mayweather effect. It's funny because I was watching the interviews with Keyshawn, and the interview with Sakara Talk was so much different than the other interviews he's had. Even before that, it just looked like somehow something happened with him, where he just started saying, "I don't care." He started talking like Tank. I don't care about the belts. I only care about the money. He literally
That's
said,
the Mayweather effect.
That is exactly. That is the Mayweather's fucking words right there. You're telling me that Mayweather doesn't have a little bit of influence, dude? Bullshit. Keyshawn fucked up bad this weekend, and we're not even getting into the whole
actual
part.
Fuck up yet. Yeah.
This could have at least been thrown under the rug. He could have gone over this. He could have crossed over the bridge and persevered. You know what I mean?
I
this
fucked
could have
up.
been a little bump of the
It won't
road.
happen again. Like, I'll be better from here.
Even if he had just done I got an hour and went and dropped as much weight as he could, and honest to God, if he did that and he was 3 pounds over instead of 4 pounds over, but had clearly tried and dehydrated himself a little bit, I think De Los Santos would have fought him. But he's like, nah, I don't need to do that.
It was Samson Lukowicz that he said, like, I touched him, in passing, I touched him, and he was completely dry. Like, he had never been to a sauna. He hadn't been trying. Yeah, he hadn't been trying to cut the last pounds, which
at all.
At all.
4 pounds is so overweight, where
It's a whole weight class.
exactly. And the thing is, it's funny 'cause he dealt with that with Lemos, and he complained about it. And now you think it's okay?
He's
Well-
the A-side now.
It's exactly, he's A-side. You don't give a shit. You don't give a damn. And
I am
he
glad
turned
though
himself
that
so
De Los
ugly.
Santos still got paid.
Oh yeah, me too. He's been
That
out of
is-
the.
One decent thing that happened. He still got paid. But I guess we should talk about the fucking
The-
ridiculousness after the fights.
Right. So, as I mentioned, Nahir Albright beats Kelvin Davis. In the back, Keon and Keyshawn. They both try to attack Nahir Albright. They tried to jump him. They fucking assaulted him. Like,
And they brought their fucking baby. This is the part that blew my mind. They were pushing a stroller and didn't even move it when they started this fight. Some white lady from the crowd sprints over and steals the kid so it doesn't get, hit or stepped on or something.
I don't want to bring race into this, but I do know that I saw people online bring race into that, dude. It just why do you open yourself up to that, dude? Why even let this happen?
But
Why even let this happen at all?
I just
You know what I
point
mean?
out it was some random white lady because I know it wasn't the kid's mom because I have no idea what the mom looks like.
So I think the mom was right there, right next to Keyshawn. But it was just, honestly, it pained me to see like people be racist about it online because honestly, it shouldn't have been like a racist thing.
No,
Like, it
doesn't
shouldn't have
matter
been
what
made
color
racial.
you are. Take care of your fucking kid.
But the thing is that, oh my god, dude, why are you doing this? Why? The thing is, I know it wasn't Nahir Albright that started it because he was in his locker room. There's no way that, that Nahir Albright they met up in the hallway and they exchanged words. He said some bad words to him. No, they were in the locker room. They took away that they took away that guy's thunder, his win. They really tried to do that. You know, they really try to. I
And
don't
he
know, it
got
just pisses
he
me
got
off.
cut in that altercation afterwards too.
That's an easy lawsuit right there. Easy lawsuit.
He should.
Yeah.
That's fucking assault. They came to his locker room and hit him hard enough to split his head open.
And just the unprofessionalism of the apology. You're gonna say we apologize for what we did, but we're in the right. Get the fuck out of here.
in the
Oh,
right.
I didn't hear an apology.
I didn't hear
What-
that.
Yeah, what did they actually say?
I'm pretty sure there was I was at Keon or Kelvin that apologized for his brother's actions and then said that the truth will come to light. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Unless
the truth will come to light. So like we weren't wrong.
That alludes to the fact that you went wrong.
Yeah,
Oh, this was from the brother that wasn't there.
Kelvin.
This is from Kelvin.
Yeah.
I keep mixing them up. I'm sorry.
So he's the only one who fucking apologized, and he didn't even really do anything. Like, in all honesty, Kelvin seems pretty innocent in this whole thing, as
Yeah.
far as I can tell.
As far as it seems, like he was not involved with any of this. As far as we know, he wasn't involved with any of this.
Yeah.
God damn, I liked Keyshawn before all of this. Like the missing weight, it was really shitty. But it I think Alex, like you said, we could you could sweep it under the rug a little bit. You can rebuild from it. You can repolish your image. But this, like, you're taking your baby to go jump some dude? What?
Well, I did see something saying that the cops hauled them off. So there might be more coming out later that they've been charged with assault or something. The cops got involved. So.
Mhm. They were on the scene immediately. It bugs the hell out of me that just 2 weeks ago most people were glazing the hell out of Keyshawn, and rightfully so. And now he's seen as a prick,
He's a pariah.
an asshole. He's a pariah. You know? is just I don't know. It makes me very sad because that's a lot of potential that's not being lost, but potential viewership that is going to get lost, especially in his hometown. I
Yeah.
would not step foot in that town for years. That is a disgrace to your people.
And if
That
I was
to represent
Kelvin, I would be.
Norfolk,
Kelvin should be fucking pissed too, because this is gonna ruin his name as well, and he didn't even do anything.
I was waiting to put that in. Is that Keon and Kelvin being with Top Rank is only a favor to Keyshawn. It's not like they got there on their own merits. And then you want to do some shit like this? Like, you want to get cut from Top Rank? Because that's how you get cut from Top Rank.
And that's how you fuck over your brother.
Yeah.
bad.
Especially when their names are all so similar, I can't keep them apart anyways. This is why I never know which of the Charlos has fucked up, because I can't keep their names separated. I don't know, man. I think this is gonna affect Keyshawn Davis a lot. A lot more than he realizes. I don't think he's realized how much he fucked up yet.
But, like, why do all this?
I don't know.
Honestly, he had been under the influence.
You think so?
He had been under the influence, yeah.
I don't think so. I think he just got in his head that he's hanging out with Money Mayweather and he's the A-side and he can do whatever the fuck he wants. And if he wants to be a little bit of a villain, it'll drive up viewership. And he was convinced that De Los Santos was going to fight him anyways.
Yeah, I just mean, like, at the altercation, I feel like there's just no way he... I don't know. How dumb you have to be to do that?
Oh,
How dumb do
maybe
you have to
after...
be?
Maybe after the fight, yeah. He might have been, like, drinking or whatever before. Fucking ridiculous.
Quite. Anything more for the Davis situation?
So,
I-
I want to say something to Shinada. Shinada,
Yep.
this must have been great for you to watch. Just unfold.
I am not that invested in these guys.
It must have been a little, like, just seeing it.
Fucking Americans doing American things. Like,
Yeah.
a little bit. This is why I
I-
tend to cheer against Americans. They tend to have bad personalities in boxing.
And I'll tell you, it's so sad because honestly, I saw a path for Keyshawn. I saw a path to where he could have became a potential star in the future. I mean, yeah, I understand that villain. The villain is not supposed to be, what's the word?
Likeable?
Yeah, exactly. I guess, yeah, likable. But you know what? Boxing needs a villain. Boxing needs a hero, and boxing needs a villain. Abdul's a hero, and Keyshawn's a villain. No, I guess.
Well, Keyshawn hit the villain route a little too hard. There's a middle path there.
It also seeing him push a woman was nasty. Also, I don't know if we mentioned that, but that was sad. That was nasty. I hated seeing that. This whole thing, I just hate seeing. It's hard. It's really hard to see because I've been watching Keyshawn since the Olympics, and with the weed stuff, I kind of felt hopeless for him. After that, though, I felt good. He felt great, and I honestly thought that he could have probably taken over at least after Tank. He could have brought more fans to the sport. You know what I mean? Could have taken over the casual audience, but not for a while at least. It's gonna be a long time till he does that.
I think he's gonna just crash out hard.
Yeah, I kind of agree because just the way that he's been holding himself this whole weekend. No, he does not know how to. He got too in and over his head. I think that's just the bottom line.
He got too full of himself.
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Let's move to Sunday, June 8th. First one quick. Jai Opataya at the Gold Coast Convention Center in Broad Beach, Australia. Opataya sparks Claudio Squeo in 5.
This was such a waste of time.
It was fucking boring as shit. Opataya kind of carried Squeo for a little bit. And yeah, this is This is not what Opataya should be doing with his time.
Well, and he brought up, like, Squayo's not even really a heavyweight, is he?
He looked really stocky. I don't think he's a cruiser either.
Oh, sorry, this is cruiserweight. You're right.
Yeah.
He didn't look like he needed to be that weight. He looked like fat Canelo. I don't know.
He did a little bit.
Waste of time. It went exactly how everybody thought it would, except maybe Opataya took longer than expected.
I think that it was just classic Opataya. Again, I know I've had my difference with Opataya. I know I also say that he's not as skilled as I think he could or should be. But he's got that dog in him. That's prop. I gotta give it to him. He's got the dog in him. I want to see him against Zerto next.
I want to see him fight Zerto. But this was a waste of time.
It was a stay busy fight, you know?
Leo, did you see our boy, Tyler the Wizard Blizzard, got a unanimous decision?
I did not. I didn't see the whole card.
Anyways, I didn't watch this fight either. I was on the train back from the other ones. I only watched the main event.
Oh man, speaking of the other ones.
Yeah.
Taken at the Ariake Coliseum.
Someone's excited to talk about it.
I almost went to the wrong place. I didn't notice it was the Coliseum. Much easier to get to, and it's a nice venue. But, and I will bitch about this more on Boxing Before Dark, there is no concession stand of any kind.
What?
I got there, I found my seat, and then I always go ask somebody where, like, you can buy food and drinks, because sometimes it's really hard to find in Japan. And the lady's like, no, there's no store. I was like, no, not a store. Like, I just want a beer and fries.
Yeah.
Something, right? And she goes, no, not here. And I was like, motherfucker. So I got there really early. I bought a t-shirt. I bought a Nishida t-shirt. And I had to run back to the train station to buy beer and chips and bring them back with me. Like, I did notice that everybody in line had drinks and food, but that's really common in Japan anyways, even if they do sell stuff there that people bring outside food and drinks in. So I didn't think about it. And yeah, I had to run and get food to bring back with me. Bullshit.
You know? That's funny. They had no food there.
They didn't even have vending machines.
That's
like,
crazy.
usually
Now
there's at
that's
least
messed
vending
up.
machines.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Japan doing, bro? Get on your shit.
Like, in Oda City, it was literally just folding tables with buckets of beer. Like, big ice buckets with beer cans in it. But they at least sold cans of beer. It was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous. And for a Nakatani fight, did you?
Yeah. Like, fuck. Anyways,
Man,
that's
you
my
gotta get your shit together.
rant about that. But anyways.
Is there anything on the undercard other than the two that I have?
I'll save it for the other one.
Okay.
But yeah, there was that one kid got a crazy knockout. I swear to God, it was the first fight, or the first punch of the fight was a KO. I gotta look at his name so I don't.
No. Japanese, I'm assuming.
Yeah. He's not somebody I've seen before. Riku Masuda. Absolutely one-hitter quittered this guy.
What weight class?
Bantam, I think. This was pretty much all Bantam. I think the two untelevised ones were not.
Bantam. Nice.
But yeah, it's a really short fight. If you want to see a fun knockout, go look up Riku Masuda versus Michael Banquez.
I'm glad at least there's somewhere in the world that boxing is so big. You know what I mean? It's like their sport, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the arena was pretty much sold out. The only empty seats were the ones they don't sell behind the big screens they put up for you to watch the highlights.
That's good to know. That's good to know. It's succeeding somewhere in the world. That there's
Tickets are
fighters that
cheap though.
Oh yeah, that too.
That
That
might
helps.
help. Yeah,
helps a lot.
because you sent me the link to the Ryzen one, Leo.
Yeah.
And my bottom of the raised seating ticket was that $300 price that is fucking nosebleeds for Ryzen. So that might be why the boxing sells so well.
All right, so the two that I have picked up here, Tenshin Asukawa gets the UD over Victor Santillan. I think Bali put it really well in that he's showing more, like he's developing more, but as the opposition gets better, his lack of power is becoming more apparent. So
That's a perfect way
Yeah.
to describe it.
yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm a big fan. Maybe not that big of a fan, but I do appreciate what I'm seeing, and we're seeing a ceiling at the very least. So,
Yeah, I don't think he's as good as people wanted him to be.
yeah, that's
Unfortunately.
that's a good way. Another good way to put it is he's not as awesome as he might have been in kickboxing.
Also, did you notice that he shaved half his name into his hair?
I did.
Do you know
That
what
was
that
pretty cool.
first? Do you know what that first half of his name means? It's
No.
the 10 part, and it's like heaven, heavenly, godly.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
He must be. He thinks highly of himself.
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah. This is why I hate him. And it's 100% he left his hair black this time, so the shaved-in kanji would show up.
Damn.
Anyways,
He did say in an
I'm
interview.
sorry like that.
He did say in an interview that he said, "This is my second fight against the bald man, and I'm not very good with bald men, so we'll see how it goes."
yeah,
I'm sorry. I like it. I like that. It's funny as hell. Like, really.
I did get a couple people hate cheering for Santillan. I got a couple Santillan calls going around the arena. That was fun.
There
I
you
don't
go.
think it was loud enough to show up on TV or anything, but there was like 6 of us.
Like, look at Shinada.
My brother did say he saw me on TV.
Oh shit!
That was pretty cool. Yeah, my brother was watching, and just after the anthems, they panned the crowd, and my brother said he saw me.
You should have tried to start the wave.
I don't think Japan knows what that is.
Oh,
I
then you
don't
can
think
teach
that's
them.
a thing.
I bet
I
they
could.
do, but they don't. They wouldn't do it.
They're
They
just too
definitely
scared.
wouldn't do it. No. I don't know who they have plans for Tenshin next, because I assume they were going to have Tenshin fight Takei, but that's not what's happening.
That doesn't seem like a good idea either.
I think it'd be fucking great.
Well, yeah, of course you would.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean, Leo?
That she fucking hates Tenshin, and that Tenshin versus Takei. I think Takei is adapted to boxing.
Way better.
Better than Tenshin's done it well, but Takei's done it better.
And Takei's got more power.
For sure.
And Tenshin gets hit. So I think Takei would get a knockout.
Well, yeah, at least we know who Shinada will be rooting for.
It's not like it's a secret.
Oh, wait, really?
Speaking of knockouts, Junto Nakatani, referee decision over Ryusuke Nishida.
I can hear Shinada fangirling.
What were the cards at the end? It was like 5-1, 4-2, and 4-2.
The cards,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, 5-1, 4-2, 4-2. Okay, so I did say on record that I thought Nakatani would win, but Nishida would do better than everyone expected. And I think that did happen. But I am a little disappointed in Junto getting so dirty when he wasn't winning like he thought he should.
Oh, with all the wrestling and stuff.
So I don't think it probably came up on the broadcast or anything, but that last round, he actually popped out Nishida's shoulder. It was dislocated. They had to put it back into place in the locker room.
Oh my god.
And
I
I'm
know.
100% sure that was done in one of those clinches.
Yeah, he was like throwing him
horrible.
around.
And did you see him punch him when he was down? It wasn't super hard, but it was pretty blatant. He wrestled him and threw him down, and he was on his knee, and Nakatani, like, popped him one.
That's
I
not
was
like
disappointed.
Nakatani, dude. That is not like Nakatani.
No.
I think he was getting frustrated because he wasn't doing as well as he thought he should. But I was disappointed in Nakatani. I'm not gonna lie. I had been like, I don't care who wins and Nakatani will win, but he disappointed me. I was not impressed with his actions.
He had a very good fight, but man, that was... I can't believe that.
Watch it though, I'm not making it up.
No, you're not. I know. I understand you're not making it up, but Jesus Christ, that's horrible.
I was very disappointed.
I hope that doesn't become a pattern, especially considering what we've been seeing. You know.
I think this is a little bit of a rivalry thing as well. Like, Nishida is from Osaka, and Junto is from Kanagawa. Oh, he's from somewhere that I don't know where it is, actually. Never mind. He lives in Kanagawa now.
So,
I don't know where the Mei prefecture is. Do you, Leo?
No.
Neither. Okay, no, I'm just making shit up. They're both Kansai boys, so never mind.
Maybe that's part of the rivalry, is who gets to represent.
Maybe.
I mean,
I don't know.
That's still ridiculous.
I mean, Nakatani still looked good, but... And he's got power. I am disappointed the doctor didn't force it to go to the cards. I know that is entirely just a, like, moral victory thing, but that eye got closed because of a head clash. An accidental head clash. And that is definitely what stopped the fight. I dislike that they made Nishida's corner stop it. Or asked the ref to stop it. Should have been doctor stoppage on an accidental head clash and then unanimous decision for Nakatani, not a corner retirement.
Mm.
He looked bad too. He looked like a Cro-Magnon.
That eye is fucked. Like,
that's fucked. Yeah, that actually is like devastating.
It was a fun fight though. Lots of action. Lots of trading. I enjoyed it. It was a good night.
That was nasty when they stopped it. That he just looked bad. I'm glad they did stop it.
Yeah, no, his corner did the right thing for sure. And I did notice that they iced his arm and like held it when they walked him out. But I didn't realize it was that bad.
So that was just oof. It was a good fight though. It was a good fight.
I think my prediction was correct though. I think Nishida probably got some fans out of this one.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully.
The exposure was a lot.
Like, and I think he held himself well, I think.
Big Rocky.
Yeah. And Nishida's biggest problem is he doesn't have much power. I don't know. I hope Nishida heals up well. And hopefully he gets another shot. I think he did show he's at that top level. Like, he belongs with the big dogs.
Well, the biggest dog took him out.
Yeah, well, it happens.
When Nakatani inevitably moves up, you think it's a possibility that he can get the titles unify?
Nishida?
Yeah.
Or
I don't
Nakatani.
know. I don't think Nishida's that good. He's not gonna become undisputed. But I just mean, like, he belongs there. He belongs fighting for belts.
Okay.
All right. Well, a little bit of stuff to get out. Following, subscribing, following on the social media shit. God damn it. Please, LVX Media Net, anywhere and everywhere if we're not on it. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. Subscribe to wherever you're listening. Hit the subscribe or follow button. Give us a rating, if you're feeling a little froggy. If you're feeling even froggier, patreon.lvx.be. You don't have to hear me talk about ramen anymore. So isn't that fun?
We like the ramen though.
I'm about to go have some, but that's neither here nor there. All right, we're gonna be back. Support for this episode is from Ramen Bay. You love ramen, but wish it had more, fresh toppings that take it from good to epic. But who has time for all that chopping and shit? Well, get ready to level up your noodle game with Ramen Bay. It's the ultimate topper that brings big flavor and incredible texture right into your bowl in seconds. Imagine perfectly seasoned beef or seafood, vibrant vegetables, or savory mushrooms, all freeze-dried to lock in peak freshness and flavor. Just sprinkle as much Ramen Bay as your heart desires as you're boiling up your hot ramen, stir, and watch it transform. What if a small natural step could make a profound difference in your daily well-being? Many of us grapple with everyday stress, looking for natural ways to support our mood, our mental resilience, and our overall vitality. The answer might lie in nature's wisdom. Support for this episode is from psilocybin, the powerful psilocybin mushroom in a convenient microdosing capsule. Revered in traditional practices, psilocybin is gaining recognition for its remarkable benefits in mental health. With psilocybin, you're choosing a natural path to holistic wellness. I feel it's incredibly important to say that this isn't a substitute for professional medical advice, it's just a really good supplement. Of the 3 blends, I've tried the Inner Peace blend, and I can tell you from the beginning I felt a greater sense of calm and mental clarity. I've been juggling with some unfortunate stressors, and I've been doing it with a lot more resilience. But psilocybin is more than just a supplement, it's a step towards a more harmonious you. If you want to have a look at what psilocybin has to offer, go to lvx.be/psilocybin, that's SOULCYBIN, and use the code LuxMedia to get yourself a nice discount. Help us out a little bit in the process. Take the first step towards inner peace and clarity. Nurture your nature with nature. lvx.be/psilocybin, use code LuxMedia. In today's connected world, your digital life is always on. You shop, you bank, you connect with friends and family. All of this happens online. But with every download, every click, there lurks a hidden danger: viruses and other cyber threats. One wrong move and your personal data, your photos, even your identity could be at risk. And that's a scary thought. You need more than just hope or vibes. You need proven protection. Support for this episode is from Malwarebytes. It's your digital shield, constantly detecting, blocking, and eliminating the nastiest shit that you can find online. Think of it as your personal cyber guardian, always on watch so that you don't have to be. With Malwarebytes, you can browse, bank, enjoy your online life with confidence. No more worrying about malware, phishing scams, ransomware, or any of that other nasty shit. Enjoy secure access to what matters most to you. Protect your digital world, protect your peace of mind. Take Malwarebytes for a trial run today. Go to lvx.be/mwb and invest in your online security today. Pop quiz hotshot. What's tiny, fuzzy, and responsible for a large portion of the food we eat? If you guessed bees, well, you nailed it. Seriously, 1 out of every 3 bites on your plate depends on bees. So there's a bit of bad news here. These little heroes of our gardens and dinners are struggling. Between habitat loss, climate change, and pesticides, it's a fucking bummer. Without them, our world would look a lot different and it would be a lot less delicious. But there is good news. Support for this episode is from Project Honeybees. So when you pick out something nice for someone special, or just something nice for yourself, your purchase adopts a queen bee that you get to name and get to watch over, and you'll support the protection of these extraordinary little creatures. Ready to make a statement and a difference? Go to lvx.be/bees and start browsing for your next gift. Your next favorite accessory can also be a lifeline for our buzzing buddies. Project Honeybees. Get yourself a nice little discount, help us out a little bit in the process, and help save the fucking world. lvx.be/bees. Use code LEO33862. Buzz, motherfucker. Right now.
All right.
Shit. Dropping stuff. All right, Ohashi.
I'm trying to decide if I can afford to go to this one or not. It's not that expensive. This is the cheaper venue. I can get away with a $100 ticket.
There's a lot of stuff on it. Only one that really stood out to me. That's Brian Norman versus Jin Sasaki for the WBO welterweight title. I'm expecting Brian to kind of school him.
Donata, what's your analysis on this?
I also kind of expect Jin to lose.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. I
Me
think.
too.
Yeah. But imagine if he doesn't. When was the last time Japan had a welterweight?
Oh, shit.
But like
they?
a champion? I was about to say, yeah, I don't even think they ever have.
Murata?
He was middle.
Who fought? Okay.
Brandon Lee.
Korean?
Me being blatantly stupid.
Yeah, I don't know
Wanna
if they've
call and tell me
ever
why I'm
really
wrong?
had one. What weight class? What pounds is this? 140?
47.
There was that one guy in the 70s with the afro. What weight was he? Anyways, doesn't matter. It would be cool. It would be cool if Japan got a welterweight title.
Well, as much as that would be cool to happen, I do still want to see Boots versus Norman.
Yes.
Fair. It
I
also
still do
seems
wanna
kind
see
of random that they flew Brian Norman out here.
It
I
does.
just don't get it.
They had to fly him away from the Boots.
Didn't he turn down Boots because he had this?
Nah, I think he took this to turn down Boots.
Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe he just wanted a trip to Japan. It is pretty cool here.
He could be like Canelo.
All right. Moving on. There's going to be a lot of quick hits. Friday, June 20th. GoldenBoy at Thunder Studios. Mentioned last week. Like, they don't have... I think, Alex, you said GoldenBoy is cooked. Like, this is all they got. They
I don't recognize any of these names. Like, not one.
That's the biggest problem that we have with GoldenBoy.
I consider myself to be quite a sicko, and I recognize one. And it's not from anything good.
Who is it?
Rubalcaba. I saw him, I'm pretty sure I saw him in his last fight. Wait, no, it's not.
Which
Just kidding.
mixed decision draw?
No, I don't, I didn't see him do anything. I don't recognize anyone.
I literally don't recognize a single name on here.
Yeah, this is the things that... How the fuck is GoldenBoy ever going to survive with these type of cards? Ryan's out. Virgil's out. I mean, all they got is Zerno, but, I mean, hell. He's not that big of a name.
No.
They lost Munguia to the top rank. What the hell are they going to do?
Well, shall we continue? Ponder that one. 833 Lux Pods. What the hell is GoldenBoy gonna do? Because all they got is this. This is all they're putting on.
This is sad, actually. He went from having Mayweather and Canelo and Sugar Shane Mosley to this flop. I mean, I'm not trying to take away from the fighters on this card. I mean, they're all boxers. I still got to give them the props, but man,
They are not famous.
No.
Yeah.
On the 21st, there are 2 quick hits. Number 1, this took me a little bit of digging to get some information on it. But it's Jojo Diaz versus Alexis De La Cruz. 8 rounds at 135. That's pretty much all you need to know about the card.
Why is JoJo still fighting?
Yes.
Money.
Just stop.
360 promotions at the Chumash Casino in Santa Ynez. Headline Callum Walsh versus Elias Espadas. That's about all I got for you.
Enough said.
Matchroom.
These are
Oh, go on.
no. I was just gonna say these are pretty bleak. Like
Very. Like, I might have to find a different spot to cut the ad break, because this preview section is fucking sad.
this is not a good week.
No. Matchroom at the Resorts World Arena. Need to get back to what?
We could probably talk about Keyshawn a little bit. Just have him.
Galalia 5 versus Francisco Rodriguez is the headline. Peter McGrail versus Iona Baluta, also on the card. So isn't that
Peter
nice?
McGrail, I recognize.
I don't know Bam's fighting this week.
Uh,
Sorry, I'm just being stupid. Yeah, 5 versus Rodriguez.
I hate the Yafais. I hate them so much.
all right.
Oh shit, Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
Speak of the devil.
Yep. Top rank at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey.
There are so many fights on this card.
It's a busy one. Vito Milnicki is headlining versus Camille Gardzalik, I think it is.
Arziok.
He was he had like a promotion going, I think, with his father, and they had quite a stable going on for them. And then I think they got absorbed by Top Rank. But yeah, Brandon Lee versus Elias Araujo.
Man, I hope Brandon Lee looks good.
He's still undefeated. There's still hope for a return.
I feel like his stuff is more mental than anything.
Yes.
Like, he needs some more self-confidence. He
got
needs to take some...
rocked, and he got scared.
And I do kind of feel like he does too much other shit besides boxing. Because he's a bit of an influencer, and he models and stuff too, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I've heard about that.
I'm making stuff up.
I'm a boxing nerd, not a modeling nerd, honestly.
No,
okay,
well...
I didn't mean to sound like an asshole. I was trying to make a funny joke. That sounded like me being a prick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ain't like that.
Did I spell his name wrong, or does he spell his name wrong?
Man, we should have had Lynn on for this one to talk the
Yeah,
British card.
we'll cover it.
It'll be covered in...
Yeah.
Someone's gotta watch the slop, and it ain't gonna be us.
Not gonna be me.
We have
Fair enough.
We have to watch the main events, but we're not gonna watch the slop.
Fair enough.
And you know what? If Lynn can do it, I'm proud of her.
But she
you know
talks
what?
so much shit about my little Japanese guys that are so much more entertaining.
And that's why we got to do the me versus Lynn. I really want to do that so bad, dude. That would be so funny.
Okay.
Cause
I'll try and help convince her.
She's kind of a character. She's a character. She's a character. I'll tell you. I mean, I listened to y'all's podcast. It was good. With her on, it's pretty funny. Cause it's like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
And that's what you hear. Never mind.
Oh my god, Leo cuts out like half of it.
I cut
Yeah,
out
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I imagine what I say, dude. Like, god damn. She's the British version of me, and she's like the British version of Shinada. I'll tell you. It's funny. That's what I'm saying. Like, Like it would be funny just to have me and her against each other.
I'll try and
Oh.
convince her. And Leo can edit for 2 days.
God. Yeah, that's why I posted earlier. Like, whenever I import the audio and it's less than an hour, it's like, oh, thank fucking Christ. Oh. Like I just did a boxing before dark, and it was like an hour and 45. Jesus.
Yeah, we're almost 2 hours.
Fucking Christ.
But you know what? That's
Slow
not
it.
bad though. I mean,
Chill
you have a
out.
lot of content,
Yeah, I guess.
and you know some people might like that. You know, some people might like the Brit slop.
Yeah.
You might have people like Lynn.
That's what the Patreon's for.
Yeah,
That's where it's at.
and you know what? I think if she's that enthusiastic about British boxing, dude, that's a great addition to the team. That is a great addition to the team. But man, yeah, I know it's gonna be a lot to cut out.
Yeah.
It's gonna give you more work, man. I pity you.
Anyways,
bringing it back.
getting back on track. Vito Melnicki.
The Melnicki card. Vito Melnicki versus Camille Gardzalik. I'm gonna get it one of these times. Jahai Tucker versus Lorenzo Simpson. It's a good little co-main. They have a heavyweight fight on there too. Damian Naiba versus. God, stop having these wild ass names, dude.
They're all Polish.
Otherwise, Brandon Lee is really the only recognizable name on the undercard. I don't see. There's a guy named, or a person, probably a dude, named Diane Butt.
But
That's great.
one of the most famous people from Saskatchewan is Brent Butt. He created a TV show that's pretty funny called Corner Gas. Anyways.
Well, that's it.
This is a rough weekend for boxing. Even I don't want to watch any of this.
If you've got other plans, go do that. Go do
If
that.
fucking Brian Norman beating the shit out of Jin Sasaki is going to be the highlight. Like,
It would be
That's
good
bad.
fun, baby.
I can see that one being kind of fun, but I mean,
I'll tell you this: out of all the podcasts I've ever done for this show, this is probably the hardest one to do. Not because of you guys or anything; it's just because the friggin' what happened this week, dude.
Ugh.
It just breaks my heart. It's really such a big state of boxing, where I even me, I'm like, man, like, how can the sport just? How can we deal with this as fans, dude? How are we just gonna take this as the bullshit? You know, it needs to stop. It definitely does need to stop.
but I really can't believe they just like busted into his dressing room. That's crazy.
The thing is, we still need to see more information. But that if they really did that, that's fuck. Oh, you know, it's you lost the fight. You don't got to fight afterwards.
Well, and I don't think anything even controversial really happened in the fight. Like,
No.
there weren't a lot
No.
of low blows or hitting after the bell or any of that stuff. Like, as far as a
Albright-
boxing match goes, it was pretty clean.
Yeah, Albright came to fight, and the fight was all right.
Calvin
And-
lost.
But
You
it
know what?
wasn't.
That was
It
it.
wasn't even the one who lost that started it. Like, he
That's
had
what- that's
nothing to
even
do
crazier.
with it.
That's what it's even crazier, dude. It's like, dude, he wasn't even involved in it yet. These guys just fucking want to start shit. I mean, at the same time, let me take this. Let's say they didn't even jump him. Let's say they didn't jump Albright at all. DB3 still would have been fractured right here tonight, on that night. Even if Keyshawn fought, it still would have been fractured. They were screwed from the start. They were honestly screwed from the start when they started doing this.
Well, Keyshawn fucked everything up.
It started with Keyshawn, and man, it ended with Keyshawn. Tell you that this is just—it's a horrible week. It's a dark week for boxing, man. Tell you. Rough.
All right. let me do... You've been listening to Boxing Before Dark, a Lux Media production. If you are just dying to tell us how fucking casual you think we are, you can be a duck. You can text our anonymous line, 833-589-7637. If you want to stand on your business, call, leave a voice message, or send a voice note in WhatsApp. And if you're entertaining enough, you might make the final cut of the show. 833-LUX-PODS. If you prefer to hit us up on social media, the account name is LVX Media Net, all one word. It's the same on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, and all the rest of that shit. If you can't find us, chances are we're not on it. If you want to get yourself hooked up with the ad-free versions of the episodes and help us out a little bit in the process, look us up on Patreon, LVX Media Net. It's over there just like everywhere else. Even if you don't sign up on Patreon, you can still help us out by checking out our ad sponsors. You can also help by giving us a rating and a review on whatever app you're listening on. And don't forget, shop.lvx.be if you want to snag some threads. Intro and outro music by Middle of Nowhere Beats, and for more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxmedia.net. So, this weekend, what are you going to be doing instead of watching this fucking nonsense?
I might
Party
actually
words.
pick up a ticket. I might pick up a ticket for the Bride Norman card.
Well, that's actually okay. That's a decent fight.
Yeah. Well, and there's lots of stuff happening on it. It's not that far away. I have no other plans. Oh, fuck. It's a Thursday, though. God damn. Never mind.
I can't even watch it. I got work the next day.
Why do they have this shit on weekdays? This drives me nuts.
I don't get it.
To break my heart. Well, you know what else used to be on weekdays? Roblox.
Yes.
I missed that.
I really miss Wednesday night fights.
Why is there no Pro Box this weekend, dude? Why is there no Pro Box? That's how you know it's a bad week when there's just no Pro Box at all.
They have been pretty busy lately.
Yeah, but the week they needed to get a fight in, dude. Nothing.
Well, the CFL season has started, so I'll probably watch some CFL, watch some anime. This season of Windbreaker is really good. So.
Have you seen Severance?
No, I don't know what that is.
We should watch Severance.
Okay.
Beautiful show.
What is it? Sounds
it's hard to-
religious of some sort.
No, well, actually, it is. It is partially. It kind of has to do with religion. Not like it's not a religious show, but if you watch it, you'll understand what I mean. A lot of the guys in the server watched it. Isaac really likes it as well. We watched it. It's a show about let's say, what's your job right now?
Me?
You said it was you said yours was research, correct?
Yeah, I do biological research.
So it's basically like a team of researchers that they have two different lives. Like they live one life, they live the regular day-to-day life, and then they have a separate life, which is their work life. But it's like totally separate. Like they don't remember each one. Like it's two different entities.
Oh,
And
interesting.
You have to watch. It's a really good show. It's a really good show. And
I'll
you know
give it a
Adam
try.
Scott?
Yes. What's he from?
He's from Parks and Rec. He's in a couple movies.
Oh, is he Ben
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Parks and Rec? Okay, yeah, I know who he is.
And then he's Zach Cherry.
No,
Okay, do you know who John Turturro is?
no.
I know the name.
Well, John Turturro's from. Just watch it. You love it. You love it.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll give it a try.
Thank you.
Well,
Well.
that's it. That's it for this episode of the Boxing B-Sides. Oh, we'll see you on the other side of this troublesome time. We'll muddle through. We'll get through it.